So, guys, back to the most regularly scheduled news program on the interwebs. Nah, jokes aside, accents gone. Like this show's like we're not so regular. We kind of do what we do. We're trying to get some news up in this whenever it's suitable. Nah, actually, I'm just a lazy mother clucker, and I kind of also like, some news is not so great. Sometimes I think it's funny. It's more what interests me. I kind of do what I do. But, we're going to talk about these people today. So, Bungie, man. What have you been doing? Like, I just got some notes. I'm just going to go through some points. I'll just show you straight up. I'm not going to do like a scripted thing. I'm just going to run through these points and we're going to talk about them. Let's see, first, there's a lot of stuff to talk about in this Destiny 2 thing, man, and recently, if you haven't noticed, there's some sort of DLC somewhere at the bottom of the poster there. You could see the design and the logo and stuff, and that is the Curse of Osiris that was released on Tuesday, in South Africa at about 8 o'clock at night, and yeah, it took some time. One of my friends contacted his ISP and realized that the servers were pulling so much data off that everyone's lines were shaped on Bungie's on server side for downloads. But anyways, enough about that. I got it down and I started playing about 10 o'clock at night and I cracked that thing. I think the stream's on the channel. I'm still working on that thumbnail, trying to get something interesting, but if you want, you can watch me play the full playthrough, and you can notice some disparity between like what happened on stream and my afterthoughts, because that initial hype gets you going and you feel if you want to know, this is a South African game. It's Django. I got this t-shirt at Rage. Hopefully the game's still going good and they release it soon. Anyways, but guys, problems, man. On release, no trophies, no achievements, glitched out, no HDR on Xbox One X, on PS4 Pro. All these people posting pictures on Xbox. Oh my god, so much HDR, oh my god, so good, looks so nice, and they were just their normal TV. Also, the fact that they weren't using HDR cameras and people viewing the picture didn't have HDR, kind of defeats the purpose. And my naked eye is not telling the difference, without some sort of direct comparison. But, next thing. One of the big issues, one of the big ticket items was that there's 200 new items in the DLC. Now, we're going to have to cut that in half again, because 100 is paid content in the new Illuminati Engrams, as I like to call them. They are the illuminated engrams from Tess Everest. These are the equivalent of a loot box, microtransaction thing. And you need to pay out some cash money, dollar, and then you get some items. So now half the content in the DLC is locked behind it. The other half is a kind of mix mash between old items and new items. Now, an example of this would be the exotics. I can't remember the exact number, right? But please correct me if I'm wrong. Something like 8 items are reused Destiny 1 items that were nerfed down to be more in line with the power levels and the damage output of the DLC. Destiny 2 as opposed to Destiny 1. And then the other 9, I think, are brand new items that we've never seen before that do some crazy cool stuff. There's this grenade launcher that I got that you shoot and then it has a little robot spider that tracks it and it's pretty flippin' cool. I think it's called the Colony. And then there's a Red Death hand cannon that shoots a burst fire pulse. I don't know, I've been struggling in PvP with it. It's on my cup of tea, hand cannons. I'm more of a scout rifle, some machine gun guy. Every now and again get in there with a lot of melees. If you go look at my Destiny 1 stats. But let's move on. Next, prestige activities. My god, Bungo, did you make a cluck up here, man? So everyone that bought this game, the base game, right? You can, but you can't. So I'll explain this. So the previous cap for prestige activities were, I think, 300, 305, right? For Nightfall and the Raid, the prestige version, the harder version of everything. So there's a normal version and there's a extreme difficulty. And this was accessible to everyone. You could get to the level and you could complete it. Now, with this new DLC, if you don't buy this Curse of Osiris DLC, then you're gonna... Okay, so this is base level. So let's say this is how strong you can get with the base game, right? To do Curse of Osiris, you need to be about here, right? But to get those prestige activities now from here, they've been bumped up to 330. 330 is a lot higher in light level, especially for enemies to be shooting at you. You'll be absorbing a lot more damage, you'll be dealing a lot less. You pretty much won't be able to complete this activity. Like that's the bottom line. Base level. You can try, but you're just not going to get anywhere if you don't have the Curse of Osiris. And they've locked out players. They did this before, and I think in 2015, Luke Smith made a comment. I'm not exactly sure where. I'll try to get some link to it. Probably pull up a Reddit post that's got like all the stuff down in the details. Or the details. But yeah, man, he said before previously that like they should have implemented things better, and you don't want to lock out your base players and like your fans from activities by releasing new things, and they've done it again. Next, another gripe is you can watch the stream. I've mentioned this I think already. But I think I took 3 hours to complete the story. I was doing this really slow. I was told not to speedrun, not to rush. We're having a lot of fun. We're joking around. The audio's off because my settings were wrong, and then the other Guardians I was playing with from Code Bros, I'll put a link to their channel somewhere. I'm not sure which side the little card pops up on, but I'll put it there. A lot of people in the forums and the Reddit peeps and all these other things are saying that it's taking about an hour and a half. You know, I'm thinking maybe about 2 hours if you try to go normally. I think right now I could probably run the story pretty fast, speed run, which areas to skip and stuff. But I mean, that's not part of the fun. And they're also saying that the story is a bit thin, man, like that. They don't explore on Osiris enough. But like, I don't want to get too into all these nitty gritty details because I am planning to do a full review of the DLC. Hopefully I get some more thoughts, some more stuff develops and all that other nonsense. But there's other issues like bugs where there's this new, the equivalent of Cold Heart. I think it's called Promethean Lens or something like that. Pretty much a red Cold Heart, but it does 2 types of damage. And these types of damage are supposed to be split, or they're supposed to be done one at a time. I don't know what the intention of Bungie's was, but they do the damage at the same time to a single target, and it is blowing people away in PvP. You know what the fuck thing is? Oh, I just said it. Okay, I think I'll blurb that one out. But anyways, you know what the really, really messed up thing is? Is that Bungie's not even cancelling trials. Like, if you have this gun and your opponents don't have this gun, you can mount them in I don't know how many milliseconds flat, but you can just blow them up with this laser, and that's the end of the story. Like, I'll put it up on all the issues that Bungie knows. I'll put a link to the Bungie news article right now. They're only fixing this stuff next week, and they're gonna let trials run, and they're gonna let the raid go this tonight. I think if I get this video up, or tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Yesterday. But anyways, there's a lot of problems, and there's some more light-hearted, funny stuff, like something no one asked for, something I don't think we really want, but if you do have the item at home, I think it could be really fun for you to have a little bit of a laugh with, is Alexa, Google's assistant. She is now integrated with Destiny, or they're planning to integrate her with Destiny, and there's like this other ghost-type Alexa speaker contraption thing. I'll try to put up a picture of it on screen somewhere. There's probably some watermark or something from some company or logo or anything. But jokes aside, she kind of says she kind of gives you like responses. You can talk to the ghost. You can ask her to do things like equip my Crucible loadout, and it'll switch out all your gear. You can say equip my raid loader, and it'll switch out all your gear. And I think that's pretty cool. Like, there are implementing some things. They are listening to the community, but somewhat. They're not implementing the things we want, but they say they are working on it. So, you know, we can have faith. I mean, Destiny did take 3 years to get right, and they are bringing some stuff from Destiny 1 into Destiny 2. So there is some hope, guys, if we stick it out. You know, this is the same thing that happened with base game Destiny, Dark Below, House of Wolves. But, you know, I have faith. I like the game. Like, it's something that I feel like I do get my money's worth out of, and I hope that I do. But, you know, let's not dive too deep into this for this. We'll go into that more for the full review. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's my Bungo news.